5 days Manipur International Textile Expo Manitex 2025. State's first ever National Tribal Film Festival comes State Tribal Carnival 2025 titled Tribal Frames Manipur to commence from 12th November. Useless to listen to the leaders of the state who are inefficient in performing their duties, say Maheshwar Tonojam. Romi Maitre's film Ekhoigi Yu Manipur selected for screening at the Telangana Northeast India Connect Techno-Cultural Festival. Segmai Assembly Constituency former Minister Ningthojam Biren highlights deplorable road conditions of Segmai SC. Center Gugizo armed groups hold stalls in Delhi on demand for union territory with legislature. Parliament winter session to be held from 1st to 19 December. Hello, good evening and welcome to ELITETV English News at 6 prime time. This is Somrin bringing you the latest news now, the news in details. Manipur Governor Ajay Kumar Bala today, the 8th November, inaugurated 5 days Manipur International Textile Expo Manitex 2025 at Nilakuti Urban Hat. The expo is being organized by Directorate of Handlooms and Textiles Manipur and Department Textiles Commerce and Industry Government of Manipur. A total of 100 stalls displaying handloom and handicrafts items are being put up in 5-day trade expo as a part of the inaugural event, which was attended by senior officials of Directorate of Handlooms and Textiles. Frame looms and accessories were also distributed to local weavers under the National Handloom Development Program. The governor also released the data book of national and state awardees of Manipur and unveiled the Handlooms and Textiles Calendar 2026. In his keynote address, Governor Ajay Kumar Bala stated that Manitex 2025 is more than a textile exhibition. It is a celebration of Manipur's cultural identity, artistry, and craftsmanship. The governor praised the event for successfully bridging traditions with innovations, connecting local artisans, especially women, to national and international markets. Manitex transforms skills into opportunity and heritage into livelihood. It stands as a shining example of how traditions can embrace modernity without losing its soul, he added.
I am happy to note that the Department of Textiles, Commerce and Industry continues to take proactive steps in supporting our handloom sector through skill development, design innovation, digital marketing and financial assistance. Let's together build the Made in Manipur brand as a mark of artistry, authenticity and eco-conscious craftsmanship.
The state's first ever National Tribal Film Festival comes State Tribal Carnival 2025 titled Tribal Frames Manipur is all set to be held as announced by the Manipur Additional Chief Secretary Anurag Bajpai. The announcement was made today, the 8th November, during a press meet held at the Directorate of Forest Department's mini conference hall. Addressing media persons, Additional Chief Secretary Anurag Bajpai further stated that the first ever National Tribal Film Festival cum State Tribal Carnival is going to be held as a part of the celebration of Janjatiya Gaurav Varsh, which is to be observed nationwide in commemoration of the 150 birth anniversary of late Birsa Munda, who was the first ever freedom fighter, religious reformer and folk hero from the Munda tribe of the 19th century in India. He added that the state festival cum carnival will be held both at the Palace Compound, City Convention Center and Manipur State Film Development Society from 12 to 15 of this month. He further stated that the event is to be jointly organized by the Department of Tribal Affairs and Hills and Tribal Research Institute, DRI, where a total of 23 regional films will be screened from Mizoram, Meghalaya, Assam, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Odisha, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland and Manipur, depicting the lives and cultures of the various tribes of the region. RPI Atwali National Secretary and Manipur State Committee President Maheshwar Thonojam has expressed that it is pointless and useless to listen to the leaders of the state who are inefficient in performing their duties according to the wishes of the people. He added that it is very unacceptable that such elected leaders are commenting on power has not been given to them to work according to the aspirations of the people. The statement was made during an executive office bearers meeting of the Integrated Manipur Students Alliance (IMSA) and RPI Youth Wing Delhi at the party's office at Safdarjung, New Delhi. The meeting was attended by executive members of RPI Young Wing Delhi, Manipuri, actress Somala Shram and other office bearers of the alliance. Addressing the meeting, Maheshwar Thonojam further stated that for the past 2.5 years, ITPs have not been able to return to their homes and the two national highways still remain inaccessible for the Meitei community. He added that stopping of the gunfight cannot equal to restoration of peace and normalcy in the strife-torn state of Manipur. He further commented that the leaders of the state have not been able to reinstall a popular government till date. He pointed that the elected leaders have been given the duty and responsibility to govern the state and the people. However, a trend has been emerging where the elected leaders are openly stating that they have been rendered inefficient in the ruling state, which is very unfortunate. He expressed that such weakness is an open sign of irresponsibility on the part of the elected leaders who have destroyed the trust of the common people. Manipur's renowned filmmaker Romi Meitei's film Ekoigeyum Manipur has been selected for the screening at the upcoming Telangana Northeast India Connect Techno Cultural Festival 2025, which is scheduled to be held on 21st and 22nd November 2025 at Prasad Multi-Complex, Hyderabad. The festival will screen national award-winning films, and Romi Meitei directed film Ekoigeyum has been selected for the screening from the northeastern region. It is to be mentioned that the festival is envisioned as a vibrant platform to celebrate and foster meaningful cultural, academic and technological engagement between the northeastern states and Telangana. It seeks to highlight the shared values of diversity, creativity, knowledge, sharing and innovations, and to strengthen people-to-people ties between these regions. Segmai Assembly constituency former Minister Ningtho Piran has expressed that several roads under Segmai Assembly constituency are in deplorable conditions. Despite repeated reminders sent to the concerned authorities for repairing the roads, their requests have been remained unheard, creating troubles for the residents of Segmai area. Addressing media persons during a press meet held today, the 8th November, ex-Minister Ningtho Piran further stated that there have been several reports with regard to providing lesser ration money and other essential items to the ITPs who are currently taking shelter in various relief camps across the state. He also raised questions as to how much longer time the state government and concerned authorities are going to take for the safe return of the ITPs to their native places. He further stressed that the Central Security Forces are biased in performing their duties of protecting the civilians, where they are seen on protecting the Kogizo people but not the Meitei people. He urged the Manipur governor to take immediate steps to address the problems faced by the ITPs who have been rendered homeless due to the crisis which sparked off on 3rd May 2023.
Kangchung singba singhong yadrei ba kono shi tan bupida awena koi amware odi sikhawdana koi haugiba nongisda thori ba thogo gine la ko gine inglei ba homse masi amna phataba koi modamani asida kai han haining bidi Manipur prajapu ware inmate singi pesa mokoi pirokpa IDP hen khana ba moi piriba posi supply to ba mangi ba issue visiting mangali ba mayam se Manipur apungi prajapu ki mhomda Manipur le sagar sina masi supply to boda masi senchar mane khali Manipur wari ma'am singse inmate singna thorian siriba bit kendro le kaung singna jana thano le tan wari ba magi le hum do le hare su magi munungi family singi awara pa tak pak chen le bo ton sa mokoi complaint ma'am su tare mamujina ai hingi inmate sing wari singse masi 100 no sarga sina I would like to complain to the Manipur Sarkar ruling by Azoi Balla, who is looking after the government and the Chief Secretary of Manipur.
Today, the 8th November, Team Nasir has extended financial aid and other relief materials to the fire incident victims at Mori. The nation comprises of rupees 1 lakh cash and other relief materials, that is, rice, dal, and other essential items of daily use. The distribution of relief materials was carried out under the overall sponsorship of Al-Hajj Abdul Nasir, MLA and Chairperson Waqfa Board Manipur. It may be mentioned that a sum of rupees 1 lakh and various relief materials had also been donated earlier on November 2 by Team Nasir, sponsored by the MLA himself. The Ministry of Home Affairs (MHA) held a two-day round of talks with representatives of the Kogizo armed groups under the suspension of operation agreements, the Kogi National Organization (KNO) and the United People's Front (UPF) on November 6 and 7 in New Delhi. The discussions primarily focused on the community's core political demand for the creation of the Union Territory with a legislative assembly. The KNO and UPF delegations representing the Kogizo political and armed leadership were led by senior leaders from both umbrella groups, while the center was represented by AK Mishra, advisor Northeast MHA. The first day of the talks reviewed the implementations of the September 4 tripartite agreement signed between the MHA, the government of Manipur, and the suspension of agreements. Groups Kogizo representatives highlights the breakdowns of the governance and law and order in Kogizo inhabited areas following the ethnic conflict, calling for an alternative administration agreements to ensure security and development. The Kogizo leaders argue that their demand is both historically and constitutionally justified. They pointed out that before the independence, the Kogizo Hills were never under the Manipur State Durbar's control and were classified as an excluded area under the Government of India Act 1935, administered directly by the British political agent, not the Meitei monarchy. Family and relatives of those brave souls who were killed on 12 November 1978 by the Indian security forces in the state Manipur have appealed to the general public to participate in the offering of floral tributes and remembrance, which is to be held at the memorial site at Imphal West District, Kameng Lemarok, on 12th of this month. Addressing a press meet held today at the Manipur Press Club, one family member, Purailatpam Timbeshwar of the Lost Soul stated that the family members, friends and relatives of the three brave soldiers of the land who were killed by a combined team of the Indian Security Forces on 12 November 1978 have been annually observing this day in remembrance of their bravery and sacrifice. He added that a prior approval from the High Court of Manipur has been obtained for the observation of this day, which will commence from 7 a.m. of the 12th November and continue till 4 p.m. Stay with us, we'll be right back after a very short break. Don't forget you're watching ELITETV.
Nupi khudingmakna tingzang kaizang dana lairaba matamdata chaukat pa Bharat amadi shem sabadu mapung faragani.
माताओं बहनों बेटियों उनका जीवन पीढ़ियों को प्रभावित करने वाला पीढ़ियों का निर्माण करने वाला जीवन होता है। एक बेटी का सामर्थ्य उसकी शिक्षा उसका कौशल सिर्फ परिवार ही नहीं समाज की राष्ट्र की
इकाई खुमना जरीबा प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की लुचिंग मखादा नुपी सिंगी हकचेल फना थमनबगी दमक्ता अकनबा कैंपेन अमा लैबाक सिनबा थुंगना पांगथोकले। स्वस्थ नारी सशक्त परिवार तिंजंग काइजंग दबा नुपी पांगल लैबा इमुंग मसीगी मखादा लैबा सिनबा थुंगना हकचेल कैंपेन सिंग पांगथोकजगनी। कैंपेन अशिगा पुंशन हंदुना निपान शुबा न्यूट्रिशन मन आसिसु होदो अमदी प्रधानमंत्री मातृ वंदना योजना दा अप्लाई तौनबगिदमक अखनब रजिस्ट्रेशन पाइखतलगनी। अकुप्प मरोगिदमक अदोंगी अनक्पा आयुष्मान आरोग्य मंदिर कम्युनिटी हेल्थ सेंटर सरकारी हॉस्पिटल अमदी अंगनवाड़ी सेंटर का तानबियु। तिंजंग काइजंग दबा नुपी पांगल लैबा इमुंग मशीनी चौखटपा भारत अमगी युमफम।
अयहांना ताइबंग खोंदा जरखिबसे कुमजाली सिंगमगा समापल हुमफुद्रा 1970 मास के कुनिपाल लमतागिना कुनमाथोय निपानबा थांग जनमित के अयुक पुंग मापंदा अयहां ताइबंग फावरखि।
Welcome back from the break. Thank you for tuning in once again. Our next top stories begins with Security forces and Manipur police have intensified operations across the state, arresting multiple insurgents, captors and a truck peddler from Imphal East and Tobal districts, besides ensuring the safe movement of essential goods along National Highway 37. According to the official sources, on Friday, a joint team of security forces apprehended an active captor of the proscribed outfit, Pripak, identified as Panjobam Tajamanbi Devi, age 22, alias Chaibi, alias Malemnganbi of Andro Karamlekai, from her residence under Andro Police Station in Imphal East District. 3 mobile phones and an Aadhaar card were seized from her possessions. On the same day, Manipur police arrested one Kontojam Rajan Singh, 48, of Huikap Makalikai from his residence and seized approximately 6 kg of contraband ganja. Union Minister of State for Women and Child Development Savitri Thakur carried out an extensive inspection of key developmental projects across Jiripam and Bobobekra subdivisions in Manipur's Jiripam district. The visit aimed to review the implementations and progress of central and state-sponsored schemes across multiple sectors. During her visit, the Union Minister inspected various sites including Lalpani Primary School, Sonapur Amrit Soravar, the One-Stop Center at Jingdong Lekai, Gulamcha Child Care Institute at Pachau, Gadamtala Angangwati Center and the District Hospital at Ningsingkul. She also visited the rubber and agar plantation site at Ningsingkul, Vana Mahotsava Nursery Center at Ujaktoi, Ujatol Kalinagar Water Treatment Plant, PMAYU houses in Lakipur Ward number 9, and the PWD Cash House at Babupara. Earlier, Deputy Commissioner Krishna Kumar IAS welcomed the Union Minister and briefed her on the district's topography, economy and developmental challenges. The Minister expressed gratitude for the warm reception and assured full cooperation for the district's crowd. A one-day boxing event titled Road to Pro has been showcased at Betty Park at Stag Sports and Fight Studio. A total of 20 fighters from across the state participated in 10 bouts during the event. Organizers, international boxer Dee Blasham, speaking to media persons in connection with today's boxing event, stated that the boxing event is being held to promote the fighters of the state who can further compete at various national and international levels. He added that the selected players from today's event will compete with players from other states of India. The Parliament will hold its winter session from December 1, 2025 to 19 December 2025, Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju said on Saturday, November 8. President of India Draupadi Murmu has approved the proposal of the government to convene the winter session of the Parliament from 1st December 2025 to 19 December 2025, subject to exigencies of parliamentary business. He said in a post on X. The winter session of the Parliament will begin on December 1 and run until December 19, with a total of 15 sittings scheduled during the 19th-day session. This will be a shorter session compared to other sessions of the Parliament. Political observers suggest that the impact of the Bihar Assembly election results is likely to be visible during the session. Opposition protests are expected, particularly over issues related to the second phase of the special revision of the voter list (SIR), a campaign currently underway in 12 states and union territories. The opposition may also raise concerns about irregularities in the voters list. Meanwhile, the government is expected to push for the passage of several important bills, including the 129th and 130th Constitutional Amendment Bills, the Public Trust Bill, and the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Bill, among the others. North Korea on Friday fired at least one ballistic missile towards its eastern waters, South Korea's military said, as Pyongyang steps up its testing activity while talks with Washington and Seoul remain stalled. South Korea's Joint Chief of Staff did not immediately release other details, including what type of ballistic weapons it was or how far it flew. North Korea has been accelerating the pace of its weapons testing in recent weeks, including the firing of the purported hypersonic missiles and cruise missiles last month, and it said expanded the capabilities of its nuclear-armed military. China has commissioned its third aircraft carrier, the Fujian, stated to be the most modern warship equipped with electromagnetic catapults, at the ceremony attended by Chinese President Xi Jinping, wrapped in secrecy. While the official media reported its commissioning on Friday, a report by the state-run Xinhua news agency said that Xi attended the commissioning and flag representation ceremony of the Fujian on Wednesday at Sanya Port in South China's Henan province. The Fujian is equipped with the electromagnetic aircraft's launch system, used only by the American aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford. For ELITETV News channel, contact at the email address info@elitetv.in or 940289092, and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information about channels. Before we wind up, a very quick recap of the headlines once again. Governor A.K. Bala inaugurates 5 days Manipur International Textile Expo, Manitex. first ever National Tribal Film Festival comes State Tribal Carnival 2025 titled Tribal Frames Manipur to commence from 12th November. Useless to listen to the leaders of the state who are inefficient in performing their duties, says Maheshwar Tunojam. Romi Maitre's film Ekoigiyu Manipur selected for screening at the Telangana Northeast India Connect Techno-Cultural Festival. Sagmai Assembly constituency, former Minister Ningto Jampiran highlights deplorable road conditions of Sagmai SC. Center Kukizo armed groups hold talks in Delhi on demand for union territory with the legislature. Parliament winter session to be held from December 1 to December 19. This is all we have at this hour. For more updates like this, please keep watching Elite TV. Stay safe, stay informed. Thank you.